Okay, guys, this is me. I'll turn around so you can see me. Flip. Hi. I'm taking my dog out, Gunner, to do some training. I have got my clicker, my treat pouch, and my anti-human deterrent here, as you can see. So, because even where I live, you get some crazies. So we're off to do a training session. He is already in the heel position. He has a leash that has a D-ring on it, so what I'm going to do is connect it. This goes around my shoulder, and I'll show you what it's look like. Lieben. So I'll flip this back around so you can see. It goes around my shoulder like this, and then I can clip it onto the first D-ring, like so. So now I'm going to flip it back. Bloop. To where you can see there's a D-ring right here, and I'm just going to clip it to here. This just makes it a little bit easier on me. This is called a balance lead from Blue 9. He also has a balance harness. Right now he's just using an easy walk, which is just a little bit easier on everyone. Good boy. You ready? Let's go. That way if I need to make small corrections, I can just use my hand. Gunner, boost. Boost. Yes. And since he did that, I'm just going to wait a minute, make sure he's paying attention. Boost. Good boy. My nails are caught on the clicker. So we're leaving my house. And we're going to take a short walk. This is a very busy street. We've got a big dog next door. So it's really nice out today. It's a little cool. But, oh, I flipped back. As you can see, there's a dog next door. Boost. Boost. Just keeping his eyes on me. You can see he's not straining. He's just walking calmly. Boost. 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 Boy. There's a truck coming. No issue whatsoever. Good boy. Continuing. This is a rescue dog. We found him actually not far from this house on the side of the mountain. He had been dumped. And then his chip came back to a rescue organization. There's a car coming. So, boost. Boost. Hey. Boost. Good. Good boy. That car was really freaking close. Good boy. So you did not move. Ready? Ready? Gunner. Hey. Ready? Let's go. Good boy. And got him in January. Certified in May. Oh, comes another car. Ready? Ready? Boost. Yes. Try not to do the clicker all the time. Get another car coming way too fast. Good boy. Not phased. You may be wondering why I'm not on the other side of the street. Many people will be on the other side of the street. And there's some dogs up here in this house coming up. You can see that big house over there on the right. There's some poodles that have an invisible fence. And they tend to like to run completely over the fence. Guess you could call them slightly masochistic. And they like to get zapped. And they've actually come after me a couple of times. So he doesn't care. But I do. You see, he's just very calmly walking beside me. In fact, I can actually walk him off the leash. But there is a leash law in this city, as there are many cities. We tend to stop by particular houses with noisy dogs just let him sit. And sometimes I'll take this part off my hip right here because it's just attached right there. Ask him to lay down. And then ask him to relax, completely stretch out. Let him sit there for about a minute. Give him a couple of treats, let him know it's good. And then move on. This is something that everybody should do that has just a regular dog, not just a service dog. Just makes them a healthy, happy dog. You see, he's looking around, which is fine, but he's actually always keeping an eye on me. We also did some canine training. Quite a bit of canine training, actually. So that's why you hear me speaking a little bit of Dutch or German sometimes. It's usually where the dogs are. They must be inside. Now we're going to go off this main road because up there it gets so narrow that people will actually almost hit you. So we're going to go this way. And I'm going to ask him for a sit. I'm just going to stop and see what he does. See, he knows those dogs are over there. Gunny, Boos. Yes, good boy. It's like I said, don't always ask for the use with a clicker. He knows we're getting ready to go. Boos. Good boy. Oop. I had to bend over a little bit because he's on that leash. Boos. Boos. A little bit more forcefully that time. Good dog. Give him a pat. Bleeben. It's all right. Bleeben. I'm just going to unhook this while he's staying. Bleeben. Ah, Bleeben. Bleeben. Hey, Bleeben. A little confused right there. That's fine. That's normal. Sometimes I get a little confused. It's been a while since we've been able to walk. It's been cold, rainy. And I'm just going to move this around. See, it's on his foot. Pull it off his foot. You see, he still stays. Good boy. Just going to touch it like that. Good boy. Give him another treat. Oh, God, I keep flipping it back to myself. There we go. Good dog. Yes. Ready? Let's go. Why does it keep flipping back? I don't want you to look at me. I want you to look at the dog. And this is another way you can have it. You can just have it as a loop. That way I can hold my hand in here like this. As you can see. That's the way I'm holding it. I just have it between those fingers. That way if I need to have him go protect me, I can. We're just walking up a hill. He's about, yeah, it keeps coming back. I'll have him a little bit in front of me. Forward, 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 forward. Good dog. He is 42 pounds, 6 years old now. And, Boos. Boos. I had him stop there in front of me like that for a reason, so don't yell at him. That was me. Okay, I'm gonna let him out. Good boy. Okay. Good boy. He is a rescue. Like I said, found him on the side of the mountain. He is a boxer, foxhound. The majority, he is a teensy bit of pet. You can see. Easy, buddy. Boos. And if they're not sitting, you just look where you want them to sit. Excuse my nose. Boos. Gunny. Boos. And that little click, he knows what that means. I've had horses all my life, so. Eyes on me. Hey. Good boy. He's listening to everything around him. He's scanning the horizon, keeping an eye on things, seeing if there's people around. So many people would say this is a bad thing. For me, I don't mind it. There's a house right there with the door open. I don't want to show their actual address, but there's a house there with the door open. He's looking inside there, looking around to the side, and looking in front. And that's what he's supposed to do for me, because he's also my protection dog. Ready? Let's go. And see, he immediately starts off. So, yeah, I'm touching the screen. That's what I'm doing. Okay. My bad, guys. If there's any other service dog teams that's around in this area, I'd love to meet up. I see them occasionally. Of course, we have problems with fake dogs in this area, of course, like everyone else does. I've run into a couple of them. One of them tried to attack him. Of course, he stood still and didn't move and just kind of looked at the person like, what the heck? But for the most part, we've been really, really lucky. My other dog that's now retired actually had a Great Dane attack him. My other one retired as a miniature dachshund. He ended up with a lot of bruising and some pretty bad wounds. He's completely fine now. It's been a couple of years ago when that happened. But he's okay now. Thank God. And I actually filed a police report against that owner. And that was not pleasant, let me say. He had a service dog vest on and had the fake IDs as they usually do. Whoop, whoop. Boost. Boost. Good boy. She was very nice. And had no vaccination records on his dog. We tried calling the number on his tag, and the vet said the dog hadn't been to the vet in 4 or 5 years. So the dog was basically taken to the shelter and took some blood from him. He was fine, didn't have any worms or anything. Was just aggressive towards dogs. I had to make the decision. And when I went to check the dog out myself, I walked in there. He was friendly towards me. He just wasn't friendly towards other dogs. So I didn't want to deprive the owner of another dog just because he was not nice towards other dogs. He did get fined. He had to do a lot of community service. And obviously, easy, good boy. And obviously was not disabled. There was another fine and can no longer claim a dog as a service dog unless prescribed by his doctor. Just wanted to take the dog in for some reason to a drugstore. I don't know. I don't understand people. Easy. Good boy. Oop, oop. Boost, boost. Yes. Good. Good boy. And you see how he's really paying attention to me right now? There's not much going on. Good boy. See, it's real quiet. No cars right now. Ready? Ready? Let's go. Good boy. Each team has their own way of doing things. Some people use Dutch, some people use English. In fact, I was trained to use English. And then he's very sensitive. And sometimes he'd get a little bit confused. So I started doing some of the canine training. We switched over to Dutch. And that's really helped him because a lot of people here don't use that. So it was really beneficial for him. Oh, he's noticed the car behind me. Good boy! And he's watching that car. which is what I want. He really is a brilliant, brilliant dog. And does help me with a little bit of balance. Obviously, he's not a huge dog. Excuse the rattling. I have bracelets on besides just my clicker. He's obviously not a large dog, so he can't like pull me up. But he does help me balance if I get a little bit wobbly. But I'm going to end the video here for right now. Get him to do a set for us. And then I'll pick it back up when we're on the way back when we get in some traffic. Easy. Got some people coming up. Puss. And some people over here. Gunny. Sit. Sit. He's not being bad right now, guys. He's just keeping an eye out for me. So if your dog doesn't do something right away, give him a second. Take a look at what they're looking at. I'm smoking a cigarette. Take a look at what they're watching. Especially if you've done multiple training things like I have. You see where my feet are. You see where he is. He's right where he's supposed to be. But there's people over there moving things, and he's watching them. And you can't really see it on camera, but there's some people right over there. So he's watching out for me. So that's where we're going to end the video at right now, and then I'll pick it up in a little while. So see you guys in a minute.